It's been a great and wonderful day to be here in Iowa and to visit friends. Because I get back here to the Midwest every year and visit my wife's family, and we come on over and go to the Iowa State Fair, and I have great friends I've made over the years in Iowa to come here and visit and to see my grandfather honored. It means a lot to me. I was saying to somebody back in the back tonight, you know, so often when you're the son of somebody famous, you know, whoever's famous in your family at the moment, that's who you're the son of. So I grew up as the son of Jane Wyman, where I had no father. And then I became the son of Ronald Reagan, where I had no mother. And so I had to remind people I had a mother, I had a father, and what have you. And with Nell, my grandmother, we have an award we give away every year for Nell, who used to visit a hospital in Los Angeles, a tuberculosis hospital, on Sunday. She would drive up and visit her boys. That's before they even knew how TB got into people. And she would visit them on Sundays. We have an award that we give to people to show that kind of love and caring for others. But Jack, you know, with Jack, you very rarely hear about Jack other than reading stories or knowing stories from Dad. So for the county, Cedar County, to honor my grandfather means a whole lot to me and to the family. And I want to thank everybody here who's involved in that, to Jeff, Vicki, and the family. Just thank you so much for that. I'm sorry I wasn't able to get here for it, but I did send a letter, and now I am here. So, and thank you, all of you, for showing up. I mean, I didn't know if Jeff was like rerunning or Dad was running again. This one is for the giver. But I want to thank all of you. I want to thank the leadership. I want to thank Jeff's Grocery Store for the catering, the food. It was great. Everybody's eating it, so it must be great. I'd like to applaud truly the House Republican successes at the State House. Battle against record spending has been going on. The freshman class in Iowa is doing such a fabulous and a great job in doing what they need to do to really get a message out. And like Jeff said, really talk about what the Republican Party can do, and truly is a party that's for all the people and for the little guy, like Ronald Reagan was for the little guy. I was telling a group earlier today that, you know, when my father decided to run for election in 1980 for the second time for the presidency, and he brought the family together to discuss and talk about, you know, why he decided to run. What he said was this. He said he had traveled all over the nation, and he had just gotten back from speaking in, I think it was in Georgia. And he said, you know, when I get off the plane and go to a hotel, he said the first people who meet me at the hotel, of course, are the bellmen. And every time I see a bellman, they're always putting a note in my hand to say, Governor Reagan, you've got to run again for the presidency, or they'll just say it to me as they deliver my bags to the room. And he said, when I go spend the night in the room, he says, you know, there's the chambermaid that will leave the note under the pillow or on the pillow saying, Governor, please run again for the presidency. Please give it another try. And he says, you know, Georgia is like Iowa, like Nebraska, like Illinois, like any place he's been. The same thing happens in every town, every city he would go to. The chambermaids and the bellmen would ask him to run. And he said, based on that, he said, I've decided I'm going to run again for the President of the United States in 1980. Now, Maureen and myself and my wife, Colleen, are there, and I think Patty and Ron were there also. And afterwards, my sister, we all went out for a glass of wine, and my sister said, if he doesn't make it this time, we'll run him for the presidency of the chambermaids and bellhops. What I'm saying just goes along with what Jeff was saying. Is the fact that he didn't say, you know, I just got a call from David Rockefeller. I just got a call from the president of the Coca-Cola Company. Or I just got a call from the president of Budweiser, or the president of this operation, or the king of the 1980. No, he ran because the chambermaids, the bellhops, the people he met at the street level said, Governor, please run again for us for the presidency. Us as a father, as he was real to you. He treated everybody on an equal level. It didn't matter who you were. He never talked down to people. he shared and he talked with people. And he truly, truly did care about people. I mean, he would look today at what's going on in our party in America and he would say, you know, there's a lot of talk about the demise of the Republican Party. And he would scoff at that and laugh at it because he would have seen it before. He would have seen it back in 1960s when Barry Goldwater lost. Would have seen it during the Watergate era. I mean, there was a time, and many of you in this room will remember it, when Republicans wore buttons. We're people too. You remember that, some of you? Republicans are people too? I mean, it's really like, and the media's always going to say, oh, the Republican Party, it's gone, there's a demise, it's over. But you know, somehow, we always come back. We learn, and then we move forward. 1976, when my dad lost in Kansas City, everybody thought, well, it's over. What's going to happen to the party? What's going to be next? And 1980 showed up, and everything changed. And everything got better. And we felt better about ourselves. Ronald Reagan always had that glasses half full, that positive attitude that was bred in him in this part of the world. And he kept it with him and shared it, that euphoric thing that he had with everybody he ever ran into. And you know, there isn't a person that he didn't find good in. That was another magic of Ronald Reagan. That's what you instilled in him. The fact that he found good in every human being. And because of that, my father was able to build coalitions. You see, when he took over, remember, he didn't have the party controlling houses and senates and whatever. He had to build coalitions. And he never made politics personal. He always made it political. And he understood, as he said to Tip O'Neill, Tip, between 9 and 5, we'll fight the battle. 5 o'clock, come on over for a glass of wine. And we'll start the battle the next day. And because he didn't make it personal, he was able to build coalitions with Reagan Democrats. And Democrats that were even Reagan Democrats, food in your mouth. And I said, I am offended by that. It was golden. Sober? Big. I never would have thought of it. But I'm driving to the ranch. My dad, I'm getting $1 a week allowance. In Beverly Hills. Huh? And you know the Hope kids and the Crosby kids are getting more than that. I know because they're like my buddies. But I'm getting $1 a week and I can't keep up with them. So I hit my dad up for a little larger allowance. Dad, how about more money? So my dad, who was a great storyteller, is this like inherent back here? Do you ever get like a yes or no answer from anybody? Or is it always the story? Well, Dad was a storyteller. So instead of saying, yes, Michael, no problem, or no, Michael, there is a problem, for the next 40 minutes driving out to my dad's ranch, he told me about the tax system in America. I could have cared less about the tax system in America. And he told me how the government was taking 90 cents out of every dollar. And with the 10 cents that was left, he had to take care of his first wife, my mother Jane, his middle wife Nancy, myself, my sister Maureen, my brother, my other sister Patty at the time, still my sister. We don't talk really often. But he said, you know, that's 10 cents. He said, plus you got to take care of the ranch, and I've got to pay for the foreman. And I found myself as we're driving to the ranch that day, offering him back half my life. What was I thinking? And he says to me, he says, Michael, if there's a president ever elected that gives me a tax break, I'll give you a larger allowance. So I became a Republican at 8. And I didn't know what it meant. And when John Kennedy, who would be a conservative Republican today, when John Kennedy gave everybody a tax break in the 1960s, my dad, true to form, raised my allowance from $1 to $5. He promised he would do that when it happened. I was now in high school, though, John. Wasn't a whole lot of money. But he did it. And then, of course, ultimately, he really gave me a bigger raise when he cut my taxes, you know, in the 1980s, as he gave all of us a increase by tax, in fact, giving us all that tax rate. But he was able to do it because he built the coalition. He worked with people, he cared about people, and gave people time of day.